like you've been somewhere. Like, do we have to take a picture of the garlic bread? It's just bread. Like, do we have to take a picture? Howdy, hey bays. Welcome back to my channel. Evie Aswiti here, and I am so happy to have you here with me as I finally come back from my little hiatus. So I say little because it's been probably like 2 months since my last video. But in reality, I'm very bad about being consistent on YouTube. I actually have a real life that I live. And this video is actually about how I made the decision to delete my Instagram permanently and just the benefits of why I deleted my Instagram and why it was just such... I'm happier, y'all. And I want you to be happy too. So if you have been waiting for the itch or the validation to delete your Instagram or just be off the grid in general, then this is the video for you. So keep on watching. As I sip my matcha, I have been MIA. I have literally been living my best private life. And I think that's something to be said, considering that this life, especially with like TikTok and shorts and reels, everything is just so immediately like microwaved. And I'm saying no to the microwave. I'm saying no to just being so available virtually. And that led me to taking my departure from Instagram. Story time, let me tell you how it all started. I decided to take a break from Instagram just for like a week. So this was supposed to be literally just a week break, social media detox, just not worrying too much, right? While taking that week off, I really noticed that I was just so much more at ease and not as anxious seeing what other people are doing online. And me being me, I think I'm a social person, but I'm also someone that I like being by myself too sometimes. And having that time to myself really made the difference. And it really made me feel like, wow, this app has me in a chokehold and I am ready to break free from the shackles. And we could cheers to that, clink clink. Because at the end of the day, Instagram will expose your insecurities, which is a good thing in my opinion, because you can address them. It'll have you form habits that aren't productive, you know? So my week break turned into 2 weeks, then it turned into a month. And then after like a month and a half, I was like, you know what? Forget deactivation. I'm just gonna delete it. So Instagram has this thing where you have to deactivate for a bit first before you permanently delete your Instagram. So when I pulled the trigger to actually delete the Instagram was, I guess I had a trial, not trial, but I had like a grace period if I like wanted to like retrieve my account, which was I think an extra month. So I think after pressing the delete button and then that warranty period went away, my account was officially gone. So I was just like off the grid for real. The only apps that I have now that I actually am not as active and I need to be for the sake of my own personal brand and glow for a living, it's this YouTube and TikTok. And TikTok in itself, I felt like if it wasn't for the audience that I have there, I don't think I'll be on it really, because it's kind of turning into Instagram in the negative ways and I'm just not a fan. Okay, so with that story time over, I'm gonna dive into the pros and the cons of deleting my Instagram. It's mostly pros, and why I think if it's something that you're considering, you should really like consider it for real, because it's not a game. Like, Instagram has all of us in a chokehold and I'm sick of it. And don't mind me as I put on a lip balm, but I think it's so important to take breaks, because breaks will give you epiphanies, and sometimes those epiphanies will allow you to actually see yourself for who you truly are and learn yourself more. So Number one thing that I noticed being off Instagram is actually a vain reason. I actually like how I look much better being off Instagram. Oh my gosh, I find myself so much more attractive not looking at filtered faces, comparing myself to other people, even if I'm cognizantly not doing that. And it makes such a difference when I'm like looking at my own face majority of the time instead of other people's faces. Granted, other people's faces are beautiful, some are not, but that's a different video. But I actually like being able to get used to my own unique features and not be influenced by what my features should look like by a filter or a Photoshop face or what's trendy. I'm just over it. I just feel like my face is not a trend, it's my face. And being off Instagram helped me fall in love with my face and my looks and my body image so much more. And I'm not even a kid, y'all. Like, imagine how the kiddos are feeling on these apps. I can only imagine. So number one, I love how I look much more since being off Instagram. Number two, I actually have business to tend to. Like, I can actually mind my business and nobody's in my business. I feel like Instagram really makes you seek validation in other people a bit too much. And there's nothing wrong with having some level of validation from people you love and admire, but it's getting to the point where it's getting weird. Like, it's too much. And people share a lot that is not a need to know. And if you watch my How to Move in Silence and how that level up your life, you don't really need to share things unless it's on a need to know basis. If it's not on a need to know basis, I don't think it should be online, period. And I think for me, actually minding my business, it's a beautiful thing. And I think more people should tap into that because it's actually a vibe and it's actually the point of view that I want to live in forever. So number three is I noticed that I actually have more quality time with the people that I know in real life and the people that reach out to me in real life and check in on me in real life. I think being on Instagram really made me lazy to put in the work necessary for friendship and relationship. Social media has a way of you feel like you're checking in on people because you see them post something or you see them, you know, like DM you something or share things, but it's really a lazy way to maintain a friendship or a relationship with someone because it's all virtual and you're really not going out your way to call them or make time to meet up with them in person to actually see how they're doing and like check in on their life and see how you add value to them. I personally don't think just being on an internet pen pal service, which is basically what these apps are, is the same as quality relationship in real life. Maintaining your friendships matters so much, and I think it's not really counting as being a good friend if you only interact with your friends through a DM. I don't know, that's just me. Let me know in the comments if you think otherwise, but I just think my friendships and relationships and family life is so much better when I actually make the time to hang with them, spend time with them offline. That's just my opinion, but you could think otherwise. And another thing that has definitely been something that I didn't notice was affecting me was I am like way less stressed and less anxious. I didn't think Instagram would like add to my anxiety or stress, but like it definitely adds to that. And if you think about it, you know, the eyeballs are the windows to the soul, like the ones behind me. And I just think that when you're constantly seeing all this content shot at you, it can make your emotions go up and down. You know, you're going to see a happy cat, a happy cute dog, then the next thing you're seeing is like someone passing away or some like tragic content, and then the next thing you see is something really funny. It's like your emotions are in a wreck because you're being triggered by this content that's being spewed at you. And now it's like microwavable with reels and stuff and like TikToks and shorts. You don't really have time to kind of process what you're consuming. And I just think with being off, I can actually choose what I consume. I could read a book or read the news, read a newspaper, or get a little quick spin on the TV if I, feel like watching TV, which I usually don't. I'm not really a TV person, but nonetheless, I just think my stress levels and anxiety levels are much less because I actually am not willy-nillying my way into receiving good news or bad news. Like, I choose what I get to receive, and I think being off of Instagram has definitely aided my stress levels to be super lower, and how I manage that and less anxious as well. Like, I didn't even know that I can even have anxiety in me, but yeah, not being on the internets, not being triggered by what you see other people doing or caring about what other people think when you post something. It's just, yeah, not my portion, not my ministry, and that is that on that. Another thing that I'm gonna mention for getting off of Instagram and what I notice is that when I am out and about with friends and people, I'm so much more present in the moment. Like, in the past, I remember, like, I still am this friend, but like the friend that takes pictures of their friends or take pictures of the environment. But personally, even before when I was on Instagram, I wasn't really the type to like always take pictures every single second, everywhere I go. In my head, it's kind of tacky to me. Like, it kind of just shows you haven't been anywhere. Like, you're taking pictures of everything, and it just gives tourist vibes. And that's fine. Like, it's okay to be a tourist and you haven't been to places, but act like you've been somewhere. Like, do we have to take a picture of the garlic bread? It's just bread. Like, do we have to take a picture, and spend 30, 45 minutes taking pics before we enjoy the food? Like, in my head, there's a time and place. And I just think I'm doing much less of that and like dedicating time to be present and then dedicating time to capture the moment. I think sometimes with social media, we're just so pressed about capturing the moment that it just takes away from the moment in general. And also it can kind of just, in my opinion, just look kind of tacky, because I don't want to go to every single restaurant or every single like nice destination and like take a whole bunch of pics in front of people. Like, I'm a bit shy and I just don't like, I don't know. The humility in me just doesn't want to look extremely vain in front of other people. Like, not everything is a photo op, and that's just my opinion. So I've noticed that when I'm out, I definitely notice the girlies are really obsessed with taking photos, and sometimes it's like, just take pics as it strikes you, but still don't forget that you're in the moment. And I think that is a bit more of a classy take on that. Some may disagree, and if the hit dog hollers, then hey, this is what it is. But it's definitely different now where I'm like taking photos for me. Like, I'm not posting it, so there's no pressure of getting that perfect shot. Like, I'm just taking pictures as is, and whatever is in stock is what's in stock. I'm keeping it in a photo album in my phone, and it's for me, you know what I mean? If I want to like make a scrapbook and like a photo album that I keep and not the whole world sees, I like having that liberty, that I have that privacy. And if for whatever reason I want to post on TikTok or post on my community tab on YouTube, like a place I've been and I like that photo, then I'll post it, you know what I mean? But like, I don't really feel the pressures of like photoshopping pics, adding filters, not looking like myself. Like, to me, I just think that screams insecurity, and I just rather not vibrate on that level. So let me know what you think about that. Being off Instagram has been such a blessing. Like, I'm so happy being off of it. It's so nice to be off the grid. It's so nice that people are not knowing what I'm doing. It's nice to kind of have less of a digital footprint. I want to be known online for glowing for a living and being lit from within beyond skin deep, and I want that to be consistent across the board. And I think being able to have less platforms and I focus on that is much more of my preference, which is why I'm very much working hard to be more consistent on YouTube, especially since I'm growing in my subscribers, and I'm so happy about that. I mean, I can't believe I'm like over 6,000 now. It's literally like a dream come true because I've been doing this for a while. And with the same with TikTok, like I think it's one of those things where these are the mediums that I'm using to get my message and my personality out, and I'm looking forward to where that leads me, and I'm happy that you're on this journey with me as well. So if you really love this video, make sure you leave a comment below and like it and share it with people that you love and people that you think may have a social media problem. They might have them in a little chokehold. But in a nutshell, my name is Evie Aswiti. I'm so happy you were able to stop by this video. Let me know what topics you want me to talk about in the future. Thank you so much for the love that you've given me on my Moving in Silence video. And hopefully this continuation, social media wise, will help you make a decision if you want to keep your Instagram or your social media profiles, or if you want to keep it going and maybe ignore everything that I just said and do your own thing. Either way is fine, but I hope you have a great day, and always remember that you glow for a living because you're lit from within beyond skin deep. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.